Hey everybody, I'm Parker Brown and I'm on my soapbox about guns. This is a real impromptu video. I wasn't planning on doing this, but Christopher Bondy, who is a member of another group I'm in, I've spoken with the guy before. I wouldn't say that we're friends, but we're acquaintances, and he just put up a video on his page, which I'll link to down below, about Kentucky Kydex holsters. And this is a situation that I was aware of before he even put out the video, because a good buddy of mine, Ben Joint, actually, of Tap Rack Blog, made me aware of this whole situation because it was a thing he was a part of. And I don't want to get into the details on that. That's kind of a personal matter for him. But suffice to say, Kentucky Kydex has fallen out of favor. Now, I want to agree with them, but also offer my own experiences, which were positive. You may see my son walking around here with his bottle. It's just about his nap time, so I'm trying to do this pretty quick. In his video that Chris Bondy just put out, he's with Zach Pavey, also a friend of mine, and they were talking about how the screw security and the retention, the attachment method, various things about a Kentucky Kydex holster. Actually, they had a couple examples there that were not quite up to snuff. And I wanted to just share that they used to be pretty skookum holsters. They were good stuff. Lately, that has not been the case. Just for starters, no ammo in my gun here, but this is my Kentucky Kydex Hellcat holding my SIG P320 compact. Again, you can see empty. Retention's very good. I actually have to force it out. I did opt for, this is a Hellcat AIWB holster that I got on I think they listed it as a fire sale at the time, but this was like 35 bucks, so I got a great deal on it, and it's actually outperformed what I expected. Now, have I tightened the retention screws a couple times? Yeah, I have. That happens. But it's been quite some time. I'm actually going to tighten them now. Hi, buddy. Tighten them now just a little bit because the retention wasn't quite good enough. But he's got these nice 35 millimeter rubber grommets in here that make adjusting retention a breeze. So there you go. I'm actually forcing that out of there. This is pretty good retention here. Can't get it out. But on a draw, it'll work just fine. So one thing they brought up was the structural stability of it. They were squeezing one, and it was like a Ziploc bag. It just kind of crushed. This one, pretty firm. It's got a little bit of squeeze room there, but this was heat treated very well. This is like 2 millimeter thick Kydex. This is some skookum stuff. And it is molded. Thank you, buddy. You don't want the rest? Okay. This is molded perfectly to a P320. And just due to the nature of the gun, there's lots of bumps and things that it can snap into for good retention. So, this was purchased about a year ago. Not quite, maybe about, it's been at least 6 months. But I've been using this almost exclusively for the past 2 or 3 weeks, which is just about coincides, coincidentally, with about the time that all of this craptasticness came to light. One other quick thing I want to note here. I'm sorry that this video is in portrait mode. It just happens to be easier to show off a holster in portrait mode than it is in landscape, because I don't want to be showing off my kitchen. I just want to be showing off the holster and ranting about it for a second. But, well, I don't want to say ranting. They've fallen out of favor. Their quality control has gone off a cliff like Kimber did about 2 years ago. More on that in another video. And the guy over at Kentucky Kydex has just, his attitude has dropped off a cliff like his quality control. He was getting into a business arrangement with somebody, and there was some dishonesty involved, and a lot of money changed hands that ended up getting returned. I won't go into any more detail than that, but he is no longer worthy of our business. I'll put it to you that way. Kentucky Kydex is not a favorable company anymore. I am very, very happy with my Hellcat. I still use it. I love it. It's a great holster. Yeah. You want the other one? There you go. I'm very happy with my Hellcat. I still use it to this day, clearly. I think it's a great holster, but I do not expect other people to get the same amount of quality out of the company now that I did then. This is exceptional now. This is a rare bird these days. If you want a good Kydex holster, look at T-Rex Arms. Look at Raven Concealment. Look at Smoky Mountain. I forget the name of the company. It's in Chris Bondy's video, which, again, I'm linking to down below. There's tons of companies out there that you can go to. NSR Tactical. They make fantastic holsters. Go to one of them. Skip Kentucky Kydex. I'm all for supporting local, veteran-owned businesses, but in this case, it's not worth it anymore. They're not a good company. The guy running it is not a good dude anymore. And honestly, I can't even remember the guy's name. And I'm okay with that. So, that being said, yeah, Kentucky Kydex has dropped off a cliff. I don't recommend them anymore. But the one I've got, I like and I still use, because this was before they turned into a crap lousy company. If you still have a Kentucky Kydex holster that works well for you and you got at a time when it was a good value and he was still a good dude, great, keep using it. I encourage that because it's a good holster. But don't buy any more. So, I'm Parker Brown, and I'm on my soapbox about Kentucky Kydex.